What is going on YouTube? My name is Lucas, and today we're going to be talking about a drone company that is, well, making headlines, is doing amazing things, has been doing an interview with Fox Business on Martin Luther King Day, was on an interview with Yahoo Finance, and the company I'm talking about is Draganfly, ticker symbol DFLYF. You know, I've done a video on this company before, but since that video, holy smokes, have they made some ripples in this sector. I'm excited to talk about it. I hope you're interested in watching this video, so stay tuned right after this. Before we dive in and start talking about Draganfly, drones, and all the cool stuff that is going on with this company, I ask that you guys smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, comment down below, and now it's time to get into the video. You guys know exactly how I feel about drones. You guys know that I love covering this sector. I can say that so much because it's the truth. I absolutely love providing content on this sector. And when companies like Draganfly start to make a huge impact on the sector, become a somewhat of a face for the sector, because they've been around since 1999. They've been doing it for a long period of time. And so they're starting to really do things that are significant for not only the sector, but for the company. And they're bringing limelight and attention to the likes of the drone sector. I love to see it. I truly do, because this is what's absolutely fun for me, is covering things like this. So what I'm going to do right out the gate is to remind people, or if you're new, exactly what Draganfly is. So swinging on over here. Draganfly is the creator of quality, cutting-edge UVS and software that revolutionized the way people do business. They are recognized as being the forefront of technology for over 22 years. Draganfly is an award-winning industry-leading drone solution developer and operator within the commercial UAV, RPAS, and UVS space, serving the public safety, agriculture, industrial inspection, security, and mapping and surveying markets. Draganfly is a company driven by passion, ingenuity, and the need to provide efficient solutions and first-class service to its customers around the world, with the goal of saving time, money, and lives. Man, if that doesn't make you want to run through a brick wall, I don't know what else does. So one of the really cool things that Draganfly has been working on outside of its drone, yes, they actually have something outside of the drone, and what they've been really focusing on is the pandemic. And they're trying to find ways at which they can really supply and help with fighting against the pandemic. And so this next piece is actually that, fighting against the pandemic, and it's provided by Draganfly. So swinging on over here. Draganfly is pleased to announce that Nightscope Inc. has selected to implement Draganfly's vital intelligence technology into its autonomous security robots and embedded applications. This technology will enable real-time vital sign screening, which is to become a critical component in providing our client with a comprehensive public safety solution, said William Santana Lee, chairman and CEO of Nightscope. We chose Draganflies because of their commitment to providing the best, most secure, and accurate vital sign screening available. So that's one of the biggest pieces that you can draw from this. It's a drone company that obviously works in a ton of different sectors, but when you start to hear things like the best, most secure, and accurate, that becomes a relevant piece. That becomes, something that grabs your attention, especially when it's talking about, robotics and really kind of fighting against the pandemic. I think that's very key, and it only leads me into my next piece, which is actually revolving around Alabama State. I did talk about it a little bit in my last video and how they're using their drones to really kind of disinfect and do all kinds of things with Alabama State. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. The Alabama State Senate recently adopted the Draganfly Smart Vital System, a screening system that can be detected potential COVID-19 cases by taking contactless temperature, heart rate, and respiratory rate readings. Those at risk will then be tested, allowing the state to minimize the spread of the coronavirus in government buildings. As the current pandemic continues, we are committed to provide a safe place for our staff and visitors to ensure there is no interruption in work that needs to be done for the citizens of Alabama, said Pat Harris, Secretary, Alabama State Senate. We are confident that the implementation of Draganfly's vital intelligence technology will help to ensure an important layer to the existing protocols that assist us in identifying and mitigating the risk of the spread of the pandemic. So right there, as you can see, again, another avenue at which they're fighting against the pandemic. This is absolute amazing information. And, this one is actually incorporating the drone. Obviously, it's a way to really read vitals. It's a way to really kind of hone in and see what is going on with an individual. And again, I hit this in almost every single video I've done covering drones. Another safety aspect. They're trying to really perfect the entire concept of safety, whether it is the drone flying itself, or they're looking out for the individuals that are involved with the scans, things like that. Safety is a priority when it comes to drone flying and really just the drone sector as a whole. So now that I've actually provided some of the things that the company has been working on physically, when it comes to the drone, when it comes to fighting the pandemic and everything of that nature, now we're actually going to start talking a little bit of business, and we're going to talk about the stock itself. And this one really blew me away when I started reading about the announcement, and I think this is what has generated a lot of hype around this company when it comes to being listed on Fox Business or being, asked to come do an interview on Yahoo Finance. I think this is drawing some attention, so swing it on over here. Draganfly has started the process of preparing for a listing of its common shares on the NASDAQ capital market. Exciting news right there. Draganfly has engaged in the New York-based investment bank to begin the NASDAQ listing process. The NASDAQ is a mark of achievement and stature for qualified companies. Listed companies must meet financial and liquidity requirements and satisfy corporate governance and disclosure requirements on both an initial and continuing basis. The listing of the Draganfly's common shares of the NASDAQ is subject to approval of the NASDAQ and the ability of the company to satisfy all applicable listing and regulatory requirements. So as you can see, this isn't a guarantee. They have to meet a lot of standards. They have to meet a lot of requirements in order for this to happen. The reason why I think this is so significant is because I think it can be done. And so it does continue to say right here, while the company intends to satisfy all of the applicable listing criteria, there is no assurance that the NASDAQ will approve the company's application or the company will complete the listing as proposed. But I think the more and more you start to see drones become relevant, because this also was news that broke for Red Cat Holdings, which I've done a video on as well. They also did the exact same thing. They applied for a listing on the NASDAQ. So I think the more and more drones become, the companies themselves become relevant, and they start to become aware of what is going on, how much of a service they're going to provide individuals, businesses, and so much more. I think that's where, things like the NASDAQ start to accept these companies onto, the market. I'm excited to see how this is handled, and it's going to be beyond exciting. If you do want to get some more information on this, I'm sure that it's going to be discussed in this next piece of information I'm even more excited about providing to you. I'm telling you guys, this is just an unraveling video of information. So Draganfly Inc. will host a virtual shareholder update call on January 28th, and that will be at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, but it will be at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The shareholder update call will be facilitated by Draganfly CEO Cameron Chell, who will provide a corporate update, Draganfly's current projects, customers, recent sales, as well as the facilitating a pre-submitted and live chat questions and answers. So I'm sure at some point, the NASDAQ piece might come up if they can, talk about it legally. I also am sure a lot of these partnerships and a lot of these things will start to come up, especially with some of the guest, people that will be invited. And I'm going to go over that right now. Wayne Williams, CEO of Cold Chain Technology Services, LLC. Draganfly recently announced that it has been selected by Cold Chain Technology Services to design, build, and operate a turnkey vaccine and medical delivery service for remote and challenged locations. Joining the conversation will be Justin Hayowick, hopefully I pronounced your name correctly, president of Draganfly's subsidiary that oversees flight services. So right there, a major piece. I did discuss, the turnkey vaccine medical delivery service in the last video I did, I believe. So that is a big piece that is going to be discussed in this call. William Santana Lee, CEO of Knightscope, will be also on this call. And I did go over and talk about that. I'll hit on that just again. Knightscope to integrate mobile vital screening technology into autonomous security robots and security applications. The technology implemented by Draganfly can measure key vital signs. The system uses an advanced microcontroller to perform sophisticated image processing in real-world time while consuming less than 50 watts of electrical power. Despite its small size and power consumption, this fully featured system has a web-based API that works seamlessly with Knightscope's autonomous security platform. So I'm sure that's going to be discussed in detail, which I think is very, very cool, especially with, that maybe being taken even past the pandemic and used for some other things as well. Dr. Quentin Ross, president of Alabama State University, will be discussing some things as well. Recently, they announced that it has been selected by Alabama State University to provide drone spraying services, which I also discussed in my last video. Absolutely amazing information, guys. Absolutely amazing information. And this is kind of the final piece I'm going to wrap up before I do the chart. 2021 has just started, and Draganfly has already announced important corporate initiatives as well as made several customer and engineering announcements, said Cameron Chell, CEO of Draganfly. We are looking forward to providing a full update on our progress. So I am sure, guys, that it is going to be loaded and very, very impactful information. I'm excited. I truly am. I do want to be a part of this call. I would love to just hear all the excitement, everything that is going on with this company, because I do think the drone sector is the future. And it's always nice to hear companies like this making progress towards the future of accomplishing that, and that is everything drone related. And now we have come to my favorite part of any video, and that is chart breaking down time. So let's swing on over here and check out Draganfly DFLYF. So today it opened at $2.58. This is Monday, and it will be going into Tuesday. Its high today was $2.95. Its low was $2.25. Its volume was 5.537 million. Current market cap is $235 million. 52-week high is $2.95. And its 52-week low is 77 cents. Average volume is 4.091 million. So as you can see, we were up a hair in the volume section. It closed today at $2.94. That was a run of 37.38%, and it finished out the day completely at $2.94. Now this is a one-day chart. As you guys can see, there is a upward, downward, upward, downward. We kind of had a decent dip off there at the 11 a.m. hour, but then it quickly rebounded, and then it proceeded to kind of have a gradual climb until right at the very end of the market, at which it shot in the upward direction. I do think that there's a lot that is going to really keep this thing in the upward direction. I do think at times you might see some small pullbacks, but I think the more and more they announce, and then for them to continuously trying to really meet the requirements to get on the NASDAQ, I think you're going to start to see this stock price really go in the upward direction. I'm excited for it. Like I said in the very beginning, this company just definitely keeps pouring it on. They've been around for 20 years, and so they are going to be doing some amazing things, and a lot of people might start turning to them because they have the experience of being there for 20 years. So it's exciting to see, and I look forward to everything that is coming from this company. I appreciate you swinging by and checking out this video on Draganfly. I can assure you this will not be the last video on this company or this stock. I think they're doing too much amazing things, and I think they're going to be doing some amazing things in the drone sector. I do want to remind you guys, I am not a financial advisor, and anything I say in this video is for pure entertainment purposes only, and that's exactly what I'm here to do, is entertain. And you guys know how I do it. If you like this video, smash that like button. It helps out tremendously. And if you enjoy the content, because I'm going to keep the content flowing, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always, have a good day.